go to this thing get unplugged somewhere? Okay, I think we got something. Okay, so let me try this guy again. I don't know what happened. I don't know what. There we go. We're just gonna do that for now, and then let me check my. Let me check this thing and see. I think everything got reset. Everything got reset. So let me fix this real quick, and then we'll just get into it. Oops. Okay. All right. All right. There we go. I think we're back into business here. So, all right. Excellent. Well, this happens, and I'm glad it happened once. So now, see, this is what happens when you walk away from the computer. I had everything set up. I went to go have lunch with my dad and my nephew. I come back, and everything just fell apart. So, but we're recovered. That only cost me 2-3 minutes of your viewership time. Now, on to the game here. So, Intruders. Intruders are, there's 3 killers, as we can see on the little killer map here, red, gray, and black. This little token is going to tell us who the active killer is going to be. We see them all starting on the map here. Essentially, there's going to be things that are going to make the killers go in, that's going to swap whoever the main killer is. But the active killer is going to be that guy. So there might be cards that'll say all killers, all 3 of them go. But this is the active killer, who is the one that's going to be doing and performing the things. If I attack one who is not active, that one then becomes the active killer. I mean, that's kind of pretty much it about the Intruders. They seem very simple in the way their mechanics and the way that they work. But knowing my luck when it comes to this game, I say they're going to be simple, but I'm going to get my butt creamed over here. Now, the Wingard Cottage, for me, it feels like we're back at the what is it? The camp, whatever the camp was called when you fight Hans. It feels like we're back at that, but instead of like being at a whole campground, you are in just a cottage, right? Just a little camp, little one of the little cabins that they got up there. But this is a cottage, not a cabin. The thing about this one is that it's got these little locations here that have these little circle symbols. And those circle symbols are items that you can use, because the unique thing about this is that you can craft items. So like there's wood here, there are what is this, discarded tools, nails up here, and rope. And there are certain items that you can either pick up, or if you have 2 of these particular items, you can craft them together. So some of the items that we have that are craftable, because there's like a stack, I think, of 16 craftable items. You choose 4, and those are the items that you can craft. So we have the snare here. It requires, what is that? A rope and wood, and then 1 time. And then you can drop a snare in a space, and like it'll capture one of the killers so they don't move. Yeah, build a howitzer and just mow them all down. We can also craft the porcupine. We need the trash can lid and some nails. And what that does is it'll block a damage, and it'll also do damage back to the killers. We can craft this nail bat using the wooded bat and some nails. 2-handed item, does 2 damage. So that's nice. It does a little more damage than your standard bat. And then there's the spear. We need wood and a knife, and it's a two-handed item. Does one damage, but you can push the enemy a space away. So that is also pretty fun. Those are the 4 craftable items that I have available to me in this particular game. However, we need to find either a trash can lid, a wooden bat, or a knife in order to craft those weapons. However, we could just use rope and wood to create the snare. The rope is in the boathouse. There's some wood over here. In order to get those, you have to move into that space, spend the time, and then grab that item. You can't move through it, so you can't, like, say, run this direction and pick it up on the way. You have to basically take the time to grab it. That, in a nutshell, is the game, the special rules. There's an exit point here in the bottom left. This over here being the driveway, that's an exit point as well. And then up here is another exit point. The 3 searchable locations are the boathouse, the shed, and this is the garage where the discarded tools are. This being the actual shed or the cabin. All of these rooms, I believe, are named, like, family room. There's like 2 bedrooms, bathroom, the foyer. This is the laundry room. What is this room? Oh, it's the kitchen. There's 3 people cooking in the kitchen. Someone wants to be in the kitchen with Dinah, but apparently it's 2 people in the kitchen with Dinah. Now let's take a look at what we got in the searchable rooms. We've got in the boathouse, we have the blueprints. We can discard the blueprint and receive a craftable item card. So now we would have 5 items that we could craft, as opposed to just the 4 that we got. In the shed up over here, we have everyone's favorite, the Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Discard it, roll some dice, increase time, heal up, move a space, decrease your horror. And in the garage, right over here, we have the map. You can discard this during the action phase, and then for each deck of item cards, do one of the following. If the top card is face down, reveal it. If the top card is face up, you may remove it from the game and reveal the next card. That is helpful because I don't like any of these items. We are using the setup special occasion. All 3 killers are at the porch. They're knocking at the door, and they're asking, "Hey, is Susie home?" And they're like, "There's no Susie here." "Oh, I'm sorry." And that begins our entire nightmare. My final girl that I will be using is Ava. She's one of the girls that is in the core box, or at least the box with the knock at the door. 5 victims to rescue. She moves a couple spaces, heals up, decrease horror. And then when you make a horror roll, you may reroll all 1 results. And we know how much I thoroughly love rolling my 1s. My 1s are my favorite number to roll because that then shows how good you are at this game. If all you roll are 1s and you still win, then you are the champion of the planet in the universe. I can't think of anything else that I need to point out before we begin. We've gone over the killers. They're pretty straightforward because they all share the same stuff. Wingard Cottage is pretty simple to understand. Okay. The board is set. The mask is on. Let's ring the bell. All right. The first thing we do to begin every game is draw an event card, and let's see what we get. Boobies! We got booby traps. All victims inside the house panic. Any victim leaving the house is killed. Okay, this is great. We're starting off strong already. So all victims panic, or all victims inside the house panic. So this is considered the house right here. So we've got somebody in the garage. That's my dad. My dad's hanging out in the garage. That's what he does all day. So where does my dad go? Number 2. No, he goes up this way. And so any victims leaving the house are killed. So, well, my dad's dead. Ah! Oh, I forgot my little bloodlust track. We're starting off strong, guys. Oh boy, horror's decreased by 2 already. Yum, yum. I'm gonna be eating this. Okay. And in the laundry room, who do we got doing the laundry? My sister. My sister's doing the laundry. 2. Okay, you go to the foyer. Who's hanging out in the foyer? My nephew. My nephew's hanging out in the foyer. He wants to see who's at the door. 1. Oh my gosh, dude. All right, he's dead. Ah! Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so now we got this trio over here. Where are they going? Let's see. These are the guys in the kitchen. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah, and someone's in the kitchen that I know. So let's see. Dinah is the one in the middle. Somebody that I know. Well, let's see. We've got let's say Mr. RT. So then Robert is in the kitchen with Dinah, and someone that I don't know is in the kitchen with Dinah. So who do I not know? Steve. I don't know Steve. All right. So Steve, where's Steve going? 5. Steve is going outside because he was interrupting Robert and Dinah having a good time. Okay, Dinah also wanted to go outside because she wanted to get away from Robert. Okay, that's another 2 dead. Holy cannolis. Increase horror by 1. And now Robert. Robert, please be smart and just stay where you are. 1, 2, or 6. Thank you, Robert. And now down here in the family room, we have Garth and Teresa and Drew. Garth, Teresa, and Drew. I don't know why you guys are in the family room, but you know, you guys are there. All right, 4. Garth goes into the kitchen to talk to Robert about what he was doing to Dinah, and then Teresa goes to the foyer with my sister because she also heard a knock at the door. And then the last one, we got 4. Drew wants to go in the kitchen. He wants to talk to Robert about the birds and the bees. Okay, that was the first event. We lost 4 people in the cabin already. Oh, my lordy lord. Okay, well, we start off with our starting set of cards. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I don't even know what to do anymore. 4 people already dead, and I haven't even had a chance to do anything. Well, we should probably try to rescue some folks. We can maybe cut across this way and exit up over there. I think these people are toast over here, Teresa and my sister. Yeah, I think they're going to be toast. I can't get to them fast enough, so let's go for a walk. Let's do some walkies, and let's see what happens. Okay, we get to move 1 space. We're up over here with Blake and Tiz. They're not at the lakefront. They're just hanging out in this porch by the kitchen because they wanted to say, you guys just sat there, Blake and Tiz, and watched Steve and Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. You just watched Steve and Dinah jump out the freaking kitchen and kill themselves. And you guys did nothing but sit there and play patty cake. You guys trying to not get run over by cars again because the driveway's this way. Way to go and do nothing to help. You did absolutely nothing to help. I'm going to keep this other walk card in my hand, and I think I'll just play a focus, and we'll end our turn. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, we got 1 success. I could convert, but I don't really need all that time, so we'll lose 1 time and decrease our horror. That puts us at 5. I've got 4 cards in my hand, and I think that they should have made you guys some. That's why you didn't do it. I think they came out with no sandwiches. You're like, no sandwiches. And then they, I don't know, tripped on the porch and killed themselves. Like, you know, the booby trap. Oh, I see, because it's booby traps. When you left the house, you didn't realize that the intruders had moved. Because I was like, why would you die just leaving the house? Oh, it's because you walked into a pitchfork. It went and slammed you in the nuts, and then you got forked in the face. All right, so we've got 4 time to play with. I think a sprint is going to be in order. Okay. What's in the shed? The lucky rabbit's foot. Do we want to go into the shed and search some stuff, or do we want to maybe go into the garage where the map is? And if we get the map, we can potentially get rid of these items that aren't really doing much of anything for us. I think maybe that might be our best course of action is maybe going to the garage. So I can grab a sprint and a search, so we can go like maybe up this way, then come down this way into the garage, grab the map, and then see what happens, and then maybe we could start smacking some dudes. I think that's a plan. Or we can go up this way and then start coming down this way, bringing one of these other guys with us. The map. Yeah, I think the map is the choice. I think is the best choice. The lucky rabbit's foot I don't really need at this present moment in time. So that's going to be our plan. So we're going to buy a sprint card and we're going to buy a search card. So it is now the killer's turn. All the killers target whoever is nearest and then attacks. They don't move, thankfully, so that is it for them there. But let's see what looms behind the terror cards. There's blood everywhere. Okay, so that means that the killer token is going to go down, and the gray killer is now the killer. So then is now the active killer. So they're going to target the nearest final girl and or victim, which is going to be this one. And they're going to move into that space, and they are going to attack, thus by killing either Teresa and or my sister. Who is the one to bite it, Teresa or my sister? My sister was doing laundry, and Teresa was playing finger butt with Garth and Drew in the family room. Who do you think deserves it? Who of those two should get it? The first person to respond is the first person to tell me who will get the axe. Who do we think? Teresa or my sister? Who shall it be? Teresa or my sister? Come on, guys. One of you, just type it in. Teresa or my sister? Or I can roll for it. I'm going to roll for it. Odds are Teresa, evens are my sister. It's an even. It's my sister. I made the decision for you. So my sister has been killed. That is 5 deaths. The bloodlust track goes up. We have now revealed their dark power. This is only not even the end of turn 1. Not even the end of turn 1. Yeah, B's gone. B's toast. Maskophobia. Once per turn, when a killer moves into your space, increase horror by 1. You may not purchase focus while a killer is in your space. You may not purchase focus while a killer is in your space. Okay. Okay. That's great. All right. So then we increase horror by 1. And that is it for There's Blood Everywhere. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Oh, boy. We're off to a strong start. Yeah, exactly. I am royally screwed. This isn't even... Oh, wait. She's got a panic because a victim was killed. Yeah, so Teresa panics. Please, Teresa, do not go out into the porch. Teresa. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. Teresa goes out to the porch. I just said not to do it, but they don't listen. They don't listen, you guys. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, there's nothing going on during the upkeep. It goes back to us. So we're going to go for a sprint and see if I can, at the very least, rescue Blake and Tizzy. All right. Let's see what happens. We're going for a sprint. And who's this schmuck here by himself? That is, that schmuck is Chase. That is Chase. He's all by himself. All right, we got 1 star that gives us 2 movement. So we're going to go 1 and 2 out into the exit. And guess who just got rescued? Oh. We can move 2 spaces by putting your little meeples on the spaces, which would go 1, 2. And then I can use a walk to get me into the garage. And then I could do a search. And then we can get the map and then see what other goodies we find. I think that's a great plan. Thanks for pointing that out to me, Tizzy, because that's what I'm going to do. We're going to put both these meeples in the move 1 space. We're bringing Chase along with us. And now we're going to go for our walkies. Oops, that should go there. And this card. We're going for some walkies. This thing really likes to move when I put a card on there. Look, Gaysana is a great game. I really love that game. My sister's boyfriend had overheard me talking about Gaysana, and all of a sudden he wants to play, and my sister's like, "You're so gay, bro." And I think that's really funny. When she calls him gay, he gets all offended. All right, we got 1 success. That lets us move 1 space, and that gets us into the garage. All right, so now that we're in there, let's do a little searchy search. Oh, hold on a second. Time has been decreased by 2. I moved a little fast for myself. I keep forgetting to do certain things. That's what I have you for, guys. This is what the chat is for, so that you guys can remind me when I do things that need to be that would require me to call the game police for. All right, let's go for a search and see if we can get the map. Maps. Okay, we got 1 card or 1 star. Take the top item card at your space. So we're gonna grab the map, and we decrease time by 1. Ooh, someone's having a good time. All right, so the map says discard during the action phase, and then for each deck of item cards, do one of the following. If the top card is face down, reveal it. If the top card is face up, you may remove it from the game and reveal the next card. So let's take a look at what we got. So we're going to discard this card. There, you'll sit there. And the blueprint. I think we can get rid of the blueprint. All the blueprint does... all the blueprint does is gives me another thing to construct. So let's get rid of the blueprint. And then we're going to flip over this card, and we get a blender. Holy crap. 2-handed, 3 damage, but it can only be used in the house. It's a one-time use. One-time use. But still, sticking your hands in the blender, huh? Let's get rid of the lucky rabbit's foot. And we got ourselves a fireplace poker. It's a 1-handed item. Does 1 extra damage. Wow, that's fun. Okay, that's in the shed up here. Boathouse. Why is the blender in the boathouse? Who was out there making margaritas and nobody invited me? And then in the garage, we have a 1/8 of an inch chisel. It's a 1-handed item. Does 1 damage. Roll 1 die after each use. On a 1 through 4, discard the chisel. Oh, man, well, it's going to be a one-time use for me. Okay. That was fun. There's all kinds of weapons to use. I think we're going to finish off our turn with a focus because we are 1 space away from getting into the red, and we all know how much I hate the red. Okie dokie. That's a big fat fail. However, I got a short rest and a weak attack I can use to discard and convert into 1 success, which now gives me a decrease in horror, and time goes down. That puts us at 2 time, and I have no cards left in my hand. It is now the killer turn. The active killer is Mr. Gray. So Mr. Gray is in the foyer, and he's not going to kill anybody, so Teresa might yet be able to survive another turn. Unless... Yeah, you're in the boathouse making margaritas without me. Okay, we're not going to make it through the night. Okay, so the active killer, being Mr. Gray, is going to move and attack the nearest victim, which is Teresa. So this guy moves right here, and Teresa... I told her not to go outside. I told her not to go. Bloodlust goes up. That puts us back at 6. Okay, the next one. The killer, active killer, becomes the red meeple. And now that person chooses the nearest final girl and or victim, which is me. Oh boy. And they move 2 spaces, so they go into this space. And they have now killed Chase. Ah! Holy cannoli. Okay, and last but not least, increase horror by 1, which puts us in the red. I am now rolling 1 die. Fantastic. That was turn 2, guys. Turn 2. Turn 2, they've killed 7 people in this house. I've rescued 2. Oh, boy. Well, I guess now I got to go rescue some of these handsome men. We've got... I never even purchased any cards. I've got 2 time. I think I'm going to purchase a sprint. Yeah. If I'm lucky, man. Turn 4, you're being generous. They ain't got nobody yet left to kill. And I got to get out of that space because I'm the only one left here. So I've got a walk, a focus, and a sprint card in my hand. There's nobody to panic. There's nothing going on during the upkeep. It goes back to us. Okay. So this might be shorter than when I played against the Birds. As of right now, the Birds is the shortest game that I've played. Okay, so we are rolling 1 die. We need to focus. We need to focus. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, my goodness. I can discard the walk or the sprint, but I need to move. I need to move. We need to get closer to Robert, Garth, and Drew. You guys are all just playing finger butt in the... That decreases time by 2. I'm just going to have to play with 1 die for now. Okay, we've got... Let's go for a walk first. Oh, yeah. Oh, once per turn, when a killer moves into your space, you increase horror. I forgot to do that. So that would have increased the bloodlust track by 1. You may not... Okay. They are hopped up on roids and Hulk smashing everything. Come on, 6. Yeah, come on, 6. 5 or 6. Please, 5 or 6. We got a 1. We got a 1. All right, so I am going to move 1 space into the laundry room, take a damage, and increase time or decrease time by 2. Oh boy. This is going to be a short game. And then last but not least, let's go for a sprint. Come on, man. 1 star. Please, 1 star. Who's the active kill? Oops, I'm grabbing the wrong guy. Yep. I caught it. Yeah, baby, yeah. Here we go. Yeah. We're doing it, kids. We're doing it. We're gonna we're gonna move one space. We're gonna take a damage. We're gonna decrease time by 2, which gives us 0 time, and our turn is over. Woo! Woohoo! This is how you play. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Okay. Now it's time to purchase stuff, but I've got no time to purchase anything. So we just get our 4 regular cards back, and that goes there, and we go back to 6 time, and the killers are now going to kill everybody. Too bad you don't have that ultimate. Yeah, I told you, this is why I picked this guy, because all I ever do is roll 1s, but I mean, yeah, I would be absolutely killing it and just re-rolling all these dice, but you know what would happen, knowing my luck with this game, is I would get to re-roll, and it would be a 2, and then all I'm rolling is 2s. That is all I would be able to get in this game. This game likes to mess with me. Okay, so active killer, red meeple, does nothing. Let's look at the tarot card and see what they be doing. Oops, let's get that card out of the way. Yeah. It was wearing a mask. Increase horror by 1, but I'm already at max horror, which means the bloodlust track goes up, which means we increase horror by 2, boop, boop, which means the bloodlust track goes up by 2, boop, boop. Discard a tarot card. Yes, sir. This is turn 3, and we've already maxed out the bloodlust track. Hot dog, baby. If there are no victims, if there are no victims on the board, discard. No, there are. Okay, so the active killer goes to the gray guy. They target the nearest victim, move, and attack. Nearest victim are you guys. They move 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. Who bites it? Who's the one to get it? Drew, Robert, or Garth? Drew, Robert, or Garth? They just moved past me. They ran up this way. And Drew, we got 1 vote for Drew. That was the first one. Drew. Rob, nope, sorry. I got 2 votes for Drew. So Drew bites it. Sorry, Drew. You are toast. Bloodlust goes up by 1. Discard another tarot card. Yay! This is going great. This is awesome. I almost feel like I'm in one of those like horror movies full of dum-dums that are just dum-dumming their way through a movie, thinking they can do something to stop the bad guy, and then they can't do nothing but be dum-dums throughout the whole movie. You remember that movie, guys? We've seen like 1,000 of those dum-dum movies. And that is what this particular instance of Final Girl is going to be. Okay, well, now we got to panic the boys, Garth and Robert's not too far behind. Well, we'll see what happens. They gotta panic. So let's see. Yeah, they can 1 or a 2, they stay. 3 through a 5, they go outside. 6 puts them in the family room. I would suggest you guys get out of the house, but it doesn't matter. These intruders are gonna catch you anywhere you go. So first off, Garth. Where's Garth going? Garth is going into the family room. He thought Teresa was in there, but she's gone. Garth doesn't know that Teresa has been killed on the porch. I'm sorry, Garth, and you will never know, because I'm not going to tell you. All right, Robert, where's Robert going? Robert stays where he is. Robert, why would you do that? You literally just saw some masked maniac go into the kitchen, and they just slaughtered Drew in front. You know what? It's because you have the ankle pistol. And you're like, don't worry, guys. I can be the hero that Enrique can't be. And so you pull out your pistol thinking that maybe, just maybe, you might be able to save the day. Okay, let's start this turn off with a focus. Please, for the love of all that is holy, give me 1 decrease of horror. We did it. I called upon the gods, and they have given me one iota of hope. Now we're rolling 2 dice. Panic to the porch. Of course, dumbass. I'm the dumbass. Listen, man, everybody in this game is just dumbassing their way through this game, man. All right, let's go for some walkies. Well, where do I go? Well, we got to grab Garth. I can't get Robert. I mean, I could, but that would leave Garth in the family room, and I can't bring him into the space with that killer. So I can only grab. Oh, wait a minute. The foyer is attached to the kitchen. Oh, I didn't even see this spot. That was a 2, but I rolled a 1 on Robert. So he would have still stayed put. If he had rolled a 2, he would have been in my space. Why don't you roll a 2, Robert, and go into my space? Okay. So here's my plan. Depending on what I roll, and we know that I'm going to roll hot dog doo-doo. If I roll a double success, what I will do is I will grab Robert and then move into this space to have Garth sit in my space as well. That is my plan of action, but I fear what is going to happen because I see it happening already. Is it's not going to matter which way we go. I'm not going to be able to go anywhere because red killer and or black killer is going to move into the foyer or into our space or whatever, and I will not be able to travel anywhere with any of the victims. But let's see what happens. Let's see if maybe, just maybe, I get a turn. What the? I don't even have a button here. Double stars. Are you kidding me? Okay. Where were you at the start of the game? 1 and 2. All right. We're all together. One big happy family. I've got a weak attack and a short rest. I might as well. No, I'm going to hold on to these cards. No, I should short rest. They're going to kill me. I've got 3 hit points. Yeah, we're going to short rest and see if we can't make something happen. Yeah, here comes turn 4. This is where we die. This is it. This is the end of the... Okay, so we got 1 success. That gives us 1 hit point. Decrease time by 1. I also forgot to decrease time when we went for walkies. And for focus. Okay. All right, so we now have 3 time to purchase some cards. I do think that a sprint will likely... No, let's get a guard card. Guard card will let me make it possibly past turn 4. But they're just going to go after these guys. I could get a sprint card and maybe try to get us out as quickly as possible. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to get into some combat. I've only got 3 time. I can't buy like a Furious Strike. Or, well, you know what? No, I lie. I can sell the weak attack. I could sell a weak attack and buy a Furious Strike or a Retaliate card. But the thing is from what I remember reading in the rule book, is you can't use the defense cards when they are targeting the victims. They have to target you specifically for you to use the defense card. So even if I had a guard or a retaliate, they would still be killing the victims, or attacking the victims at least, which won't allow me to use that card. Again, if I sell the weak attack, I could buy the Furious Strike. I shouldn't have done the short rest. One of these guys is... Let's see. Let's consult the rule book for a second, because now I'm having other people that play the game more than I do. Let's see. Killer phase, killer actions, targeting, attacking. Attacking a victim. Each victim, if the killer attacks and kills a victim, when a victim is killed, any leftover damage. Okay. Defending an attack with a reaction card. Some action cards have a blue background and are called reaction cards. They can only be played in reaction to an attack. If you have one of these in your hand, when you are attacked, you can play it and make a horror roll depending on the result, blah, blah, blah. If you use retaliate, you might, blah, blah. Each reaction card can only defend against a single attack, but you may use multiple reaction cards against the same attack if you wish. If the killer makes multiple attacks, you can never use reaction cards to defend against a loss of health from the loss of health icon. You cannot use reaction cards to protect victims against an attack. You can only use reaction cards to protect yourself, and that is this little notation right there. You cannot use reaction cards to protect victims against an attack. You can only use reaction cards to protect yourself. Unless there is some rule or mechanic or something in a different feature film that I have yet to play, you are not allowed to use a defense card against an attack towards a victim. You can only use it for yourself. Hey, look, it's all right. It's a small little box to kind of ignore. So, I once again, I don't think I'm going to get attacked because I've got this meat shield of Robert and Garth protecting me. But I can discard this weak attack and get a furious strike, so I can do 2 damage as opposed to 1. Or it doesn't really matter what I buy. This is going to be a doo-doo ass turn. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do you guys think? Sell off the weak attack, buy a furious strike, or keep this and buy a sprint and a close call. I don't think that this is going to matter. But if I'm going to go down, I think I'm going to go down swinging. And I think I want to sell this card to give me 4 time and buy the Furious Strike just to make myself feel better because, I'm only going to have 1 die on this next turn too. But I'm going to have a focus in my hand. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stick to that plan. I'm going to buy a Furious Strike. And then I get the walk and the focus back, knowing full well that we're going to go down to 1 die. We'll focus up, and then we'll do 1 little hit, and then we'll die. Okay, so killer turn. The active killer is Mr. Gray. Swings and attacks and hits nothing. Let's see what we get for our terror card. Place 2 new victims at the porch. Why at the porch? Who just showed up to the party and sees that there's just another killer hanging out there? You clearly went up to the driveway, parked in the garage, saw a killer in the garage. It's a whole lot of nothing. And then you went over to the porch and you're like, doing some trick or treat. Okay, well, we increase horror by 1, which puts us at the red space. And we draw an event card. I swear to great googly moogly, if this is more victims, Amy and Destiny. Yeah, you know what? That is very, very apt. Amy and Destiny just ignore all the killers and just decide, let's go to the house anyway. Enrique has beer. Brainstorming. Randomly select 2 crafted item cards from the unused crafted items. They are now available to craft. Awesome, because that is going to be so relevant to this game. Okay, so let's see what we're going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's roll some dice and see which ones we get. I don't even care. We got number 4. And we got number 6. All right. So let's see what we get. We got ourselves a nail trap. Wood, nails, discarded tools. You may place a nail trap token on your space. Then if an enemy enters a space with a nail trap, discard that token. Enemy takes a damage. Okay, that's nice. And the Obliterator, ooh, two-handed item, 3 damage. We need wood, rope, discarded tools, and nails. Oh, so we need everything. The Obliterator may not be used to modify reaction cards, and all movement is reduced by 1. When used, you receive 1 damage for each 1 in your final horror roll result. See, this is a great weapon, but not for me, because all I would ever do is roll 1s and kill myself using the Obliterator. But that would be a fun card to play. That would be tons of fun. Okay, back to us. Okay. We've got a walk, a focus, and a furious strike. So obviously the first thing we're going to do is focus. And you know what's interesting? We actually survived that round. They didn't move to kill anybody. So now I got to figure out which way I want to go. Do I ignore Amy and Destiny and just let them be, or do I try to rescue them? Because I can only choose one or the other. If I go this way, which is the long route, then I can rescue Robert and Garth, who deserve to be rescued, I might add. But if I go this way, it's closer. All right, well, let's see. First things first. Where's my focus? Okay. All right. And decrease time by 1. That puts us at 5 times. Excellent. We're keeping that die. All right. Do we go for some walkies? You know what? It's going to be dependent on what I roll. If I roll 2 stars and I can move 2 spaces, then I can get myself up here. And then maybe with a sprint card, rescue Garth and Robert, and leave the dum-dums to be dum-dums. All right, so let's go for a walk. I'm actually a little surprised nobody got attacked that turn. Maybe roll that one. Oh, my Lord. What is going on? What is going on? All of a sudden, you want to give me the freaking 2 stars. So we're going to move 2 spaces. We're going to go up into the bedroom. Oh, this is why Garth, Robert, and Ava are in the bedroom together. You say 2 spaces, right down to the left. You would but I can't. So here's what would happen. If I go right down and to the left, we go right and then down into the porch. You guys are going to stay in the foyer, and I will not be able to because the porch is still a whole space, and then from the porch we can go down this way. The family room is here by itself, right? And there's no way out other than in this room with this guy, and you guys won't follow me in there. Or again, if we go up into the bedroom, then we could potentially get out that way. Yeah, so the porch isn't connected, so I still think that the best course of action is for us to have fun in the bedroom for a turn before we get killed. I will hold on to the Furious Strike card. So I still have a Fury Strike in my hand. We have 4 time to play with, and I think we should buy a Sprint card and a Guard card. Yeah, Sprint card and a Guard card will get us, will likely get us into that escape space. Do you think I should get 2 movement cards? Just say 2 movement cards and just get 2 sprint cards? I know that the, again, sprint on a 1 success will move us 2 spaces. A walk will move us 1 space. We're 3 spaces away from that exit. 1, 2. Yeah, I think it would probably be, okay, Robert's saying 2 sprint cards. So I'll buy 2 sprint cards. We'll get a weak attack, a short rest, walk, and a focus back. Okay. Then we'll give us extra mobility. Let's see what our killers are going to do. So the active killer is still Mr. Gray. He stays where he is. And if they make him move and attack, we are the nearest victims to him because we're 2 spaces away. Oh, but they're also 2 spaces away. But the biggest hurdle for us is going to be, or rather the worst case scenario would be if he comes in and kills one of you two. So let's see what the tarot cards have in order for us. Place the killer at the porch. So the active killer is gray. We're going to put him at the porch. Increase horror by 1. And we're back to rolling 1 die. Is Tammy home? And once again, we have survived. I think you guys might get a chance to live. That is another surprising turn of events. Okay, so it is back to us. And we are going to focus. I don't think we can outrun them. They move 3 spaces right now. And they can... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, they can catch us anywhere we go. Well, mobility is going to be important, I think. So let's see if we can get something going here. Okay, we got a conversion. We can convert something. Let's get rid of our short rest. Yeah, better than fighting them. Well, I mean, we got to do something. Maybe we go to the boathouse and we get that blender, and then we like blend somebody's butt cheeks. So I'm gonna convert that into 1 success. Into 1 success, which increases our horror. So now we're rolling 2 dice. Okay, now we're gonna go for a sprint. Let's get out of here, boys. Let's get out of here. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, 1 success means 2 spaces. So we're going to go here. And we lose a time. And now we're going to go for a walkies. I don't want to discard these cards. It's a sprint and a furious strike. So I'm still going to move, take a damage, and decrease time by 2. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to rescue you 2. I'm going to take a damage and decrease time by 2. I think we have the decrease horror by 1, which I think I want to do. Oops. Right, so we decrease horror by 1. Which puts us at 5, and then we can heal that 1 damage that we just took. We're 1 away from Final Girl power. Okay, now we have 2 time. I could buy... Yeah, saved you guys. You guys are going to make it. You guys did make it. So the only victims to have survived are Blake, Tiz, Robert, and Garth. That's a game night right there, you guys. Because Teresa wouldn't play with us anyway. So she would just be getting her steps in around the cottage as is. So get a guard card. Okay, guard card it is. And then we get our walk and a focus back. We still have a Sprintosaurus Rex in our hand. Oh, that also goes there. So, okay, we got a walk, a focus, a guard card, sprint, and a furious strike. Let's see what the killers do. The active killer is the gray guy. Amy, the only people that matter. Amy ends up getting killed. Okay, so that increases the bloodlust track by 1, which puts it at the top. We discard a tarot card, and that's it for that. So now... victims panic. Destiny is going to freak out because she joined the military and wasn't aware. Yeah, she should have learned her ABDs, that's for sure. If, big if. Oh, that's on a 3, man. If we roll a 3, Destiny goes to the driveway, and I can go and make a beeline and try to rescue her. 4 through 6 puts her inside the house, and a 1 and a 2 puts her this way. So let's see. Roll a 3. I might get my ultimate power. A little too late, but still, I think that'll be fun. Hi, Mr. U. How are you, sir? Mr. U is fantastic. Thank you for asking, Little Breezy 8767. How are you? And thank you for joining this amazing turn of events. We have been doing so fantastically well at this game that I am surprised that people aren't using this particular game as a master class at how to master this game. But let's see. Where's Destiny going to panic to? Hey! She is panicking into the driveway. There we go. Twitch was lagging, but this is better. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, I think I need to get a internet booster because I think I'm too far away from the router. So that's going to be one of my next purchases. I just spent like $1,200 on a 3D printer and a curing and wash station. You might just pull the... No. There's no pulling this off. What am I rolling for? What just happened? They just panicked. Nothing happens to the upkeep. It's back to us. Okay, so we're going to go for a sprint. The only thing I'm going to pull off is that I'm going to get my ultimate power. When will you be at the comic store? I may go tomorrow. I will be at the shop in the morning tomorrow. But that is it. I don't plan on spending the whole day out there. But feel free to message me, and I can always be there just to say what's up. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. 2 stars, Destiny is rescued. 1 star, I can hit Mr. Red a couple of times. Do I have a weak attack in my hand? No, just a Fury Strike. All right, and we're back to 6 here. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. Okay, let's re-roll that one. We're at least going to go into the garage. What is going on, guys? What is happening? I usually go every Monday or Tuesday. I always buy the dollar comics. I'm making a wall at my baseball facility. I'll tag you in it. Yeah, please do. That would be fantastic. I love all that stuff. So we're going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. Guess who just got rescued today? Destiny just made it off the board. All right, so that is 5 victims that have been saved. We now get our ultimate power. When making, for those that have forgotten, when making a horror roll, you may re-roll all 1 results. And then anytime we rescue an additional victim, we decrease horror by 1. Hey, listen, pal, don't jinx me, okay? Don't jinx it. All right, so we have a walk in our hands. I say we walk into the garage with the red guy, pull off a furious strike. Oh, they decreased time by 1. You, yeah, but I'm gonna roll 2s. Just you watch. Bug went up my nose. Okay, here we go. Let's get us there. Let us do it. Well, there's a 1 in there. This is a 1 that I get to re-roll. And we got a 6. That is 1 success. We move up 1 space. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And we decrease time by 1. Okay. We might be cooking with butter here, babies. Do I try for a focus? Well, there's no more victims left to kill. So the bloodlust track won't increase horror anymore. So I think we could just keep this focus in our hand for when we get closer to the red and use it maybe as a conversion card. So we're going to go for the Fury Strike now, which has a decrease in horror icon on it. So let's see. how much slappage we're going to do to the red. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. I always wanted to be close to a comic book store, and now that I'm 20, I am finally have one. Your store was my first comic store I ever visited. Well, I appreciate that, my friend. I do. I love being a comic book store owner. It has been an absolute joy in my life to run a comic book store. So I like that you come in, and I would most sincerely love to see your wall when it is completed. With that all being said, we just hit this killer for 1 hit point, guys. We just smacked him for 1. So the red guy loses 1 hit point out of their 1,000 hit points. We decrease horror by 1, and our turn is over. Okay, so we have 4 time to play with. Maybe let's buy a retaliate card. We can buy a retaliate card that leaves me with a guard card still in my hand. Yeah, so I think we should buy a retaliate, walk, focus, short rest, and a weak attack. That's what we got. That's what I'm doing. I don't think we need to run anywhere anytime soon. I think we're in a good position here. We're going to deal with the killers one at a time like Robert suggests. So let's take a gander here. The active killer is still the gray guy. There's nobody in a space for him to attack, so nothing happens there. But let's see what danger lurks behind the terror card. There's someone out there! If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. Awesome. Amphetamines. At the beginning of the killer phase, the killer with the lowest health recovers 2 health. Yay! That's my favorite. I love that. That was so nice of them. I didn't get attacked. So I think we're going to want to keep our time as high as possible. So we're just going to do a weak attack on our turn because they're going to get their ultimate power in the next turn. And that's going to be fun. So yeah, I think we're just going to weak attack. Get rid of those amphetamines. We still have the guard card and the retaliate card. So we're going to do a weak attack. Okay, that's a 1 that gets to get re-rolled. Oh my lord. That was a star outside the board. That also, it really wants to be a star. That's a 1. I get to re-roll that. Okay, so I'll take the one hit. So we get rid of 1 amphetamine and 1 off of me, and then we're going to stop our turn there. And what I think we should get is by a critical blow. By a critical blow. Do we want a critical blow? Yeah, we got to start doing some damage here because we're going to be toast in a second. I don't have a weapon. And it's going to take me too much time to run around the cottage gathering up all these materials to build the obliterator. Oh, that would be so much fun, though. You don't roll a 1 anymore, so you won't hurt yourself ever with the obliterator. She's very good with the obliterator. So yeah, I'm just going to buy a critical blow. That's what I'm going to do. We get this card back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Weak attack goes there. Killer turn. Okay. So active killer is still gray. He does his thing. Nothing happens. I draw a card. There are no more cards to draw. So now it is time to reveal the killer finale. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. They get... You're gonna die. You're gonna die. That is what they got. Target the nearest final girl and or victim. Move and attack. Then you change the killer, and then that killer gets, dude, you're gonna get attacked twice. Holy crap. We're gonna get attacked twice. Okay, I think what Robert said is probably correct. We need to like kill off at the beginning of the killer phase. The killer with the lowest health recovers, so this guy now has full health. Yeah, we're gonna need to get ourselves. There's a weapon in the garage, right? Yeah, the chisel, and it only increases damage by 1. But then there's another one in the shed. They're both one-handed items. Double smack smack. So if I were to dual wield weapons, and they're both different, are you using them both to attack? So like with the fireplace poker and the chisel, and I attack once, do they both give you the benefit, like the increase in damage? So if I'm holding both, they both do 1 damage. I'd be doing 2 damage. Short story long. Okay, let me. Okay, here's what's going to happen. They're going to move. So the active killer is the gray guy. He's going to come into my space, and he's going to attack. Then the black guy is going to go into my space and attack. So they move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. If I can get myself here, I will not get attacked by both of them, and do what Robert suggested and take them on one at a time. Having all 3 in that space means I have to defend 2 times. I have a guard card and a retaliate card in my hand, but that is the only time that I will be able to take on 2 at the same time. And then the next turn, so where the hell am I? Yeah, so they're going to go 1, 2, 3. If I'm here, the red will come up this way, and then I could retaliate the red and possibly kill the red. Maybe go into the shed and get the fireplace poker, or I can try to get to the boathouse and get the blender, and then just run around inside the house and hit somebody with the blender 1 time. We'll see. Okay, it is back to us. Let's critical blow. Okay. The only thing that might suck is if we roll 1 success, it's going to end our turn, and we're going to end our turn right there on that space. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Okay, we've got 1 success, and I rolled a 2. There's nothing I can do to convert, so I literally, worst case scenario, we got rid of the amphetamines, and the red takes damage, so the amphetamines are gone. They won't recover that. Okay, my turn is over. Okay, so we can buy that last guard card and a Furious Strike for the next turn. I can defend both of those attacks and then attack the red guy again. But now they're going to catch me. That's the problem, because I can't move 4 spaces unless I got perfect rolls on both walks. The furthest I'm going to get with 2 walks is here, so they're just going to chase me that way. I could get a Furious Strike and a Sprint, which would give me 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. Get me over to the lakeside, and that would protect me from getting attacked on that second time. Because I have 2 walk cards, and then just prep for another turn, which might allow me to purchase some of these defense cards. So I think that might be the way to go. We buy a Sprint. We'll buy a Sprint, and we'll buy the Furious Strike, because the Sprint will give us more mobility. We'll get out of their range of movement because they're going to be here. And if I just keep running around the cottage, then maybe what Robert said, they won't be able to catch me. And then I could try to find a way to do some damage here. Okay. We get a weak attack back. Critical blow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 cards in my hand. The killers go. So based off of their finale card, the active killer which is gray, is going to move 3 spaces and then goes into my space. I'm going to retaliate that attack. They are currently hitting for 3 damage. Okay, we block. Reduce damage by 2, so we take 1. And then we hit them for 1. So that's a trade-off. 1 and 1. Yikes. Okay. All right, next. And then we decrease, or we move the token to the next killer, which is the black one. And the black one moves into the space and then attacks. And then I'm going to play a guard card. Okay. Oh, that's a 1. Double success. We ignore all damage, so we take nothing. There were no victims that were killed, so nobody panics. Back to us. Okay. The red guy has 5 hit points. The most we can do is 3. I will not be able to kill that dude. We're going to want to keep as much time as possible to guard at least 1 attack and then get ourselves here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm screwed now. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to weak attack first. It also doesn't help that I have no weapons. If I had at least 1 weapon, I could have, instead of buying the sprint, I could have bought a search card just to get that chisel to do an extra 1 damage. That's probably what I should have done. Got the search card. What do you think? Take backs? Swap out the sprint for a search? Because I'm gonna be toast any way you look at it. No, I'm gonna stick to what I did. I'm gonna own it. All right, red is getting smacked. 2 success. He gets hit for 1. This is gonna be the main guy I'm going to be able to get down close to. Yeah. Oh, you want me to take it back? I'll take it back. Let's get rid of that sprint card. I'm going to be dead anyway, right? This is a what-if scenario. Let's get rid of that sprint. We're going to grab a search card. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go for a search. Yeah, let's see how it plays out. I'm totally going to do a Greggy. I'm going to do a Greggy. I don't give a crap. Either way, I'm sure I'm going to die, but this makes it a little more interesting, you know. Let's see. So we're going to search and maybe get that chisel, because that chisel, it's going to be a one-time use anyway. Okay, so we just grab the chisel. Goes in my hand. All right. So now we're going to do the weak attack. So if you guys forget what the chisel does, the chisel, oops, where are we? Oh, you can't even see that. The chisel does 1 extra damage, and then you roll a die after each time I use it. On a 1 through 4, I discard the chisel. So, all right, so we're attacking with the weak attack and the chisel. Well, that's a 1. Okay. I'll take that. We're going to do 2 damage to the guy, to the red. And then I do 1 damage to myself, which gives me adrenaline. So now I'm rolling 3 dice. And then we're going to Furious Strike. All right, let's see what happens. Can we kill the red guy? He's only got 3 hit points left. Okay, 2 success means, yes, we do indeed kill him. We do... Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to keep that result. We have to roll the die. What does Syllabus do? All right. If I roll a 1 to a 4. Okay, the chisel's gone. We lost the chisel. I still did 2 success, which is 2 damage. which gives us a 4th die to roll, and we decrease horror by 1. Okay, now we got to get the hell out of there. So we're rolling 4 dice. I can use walk 2 times. What does Chisel Colossus do? I see. I'm trying to be funny. All right. I can do a walk here and a walk here and stick to that original plan to buy me a turn. So let's go for a walk. I can potentially buy just 1 guard card. All right, we're rolling 4 dice now, baby. This is fun. I've got 1 hit point. The red has got 1 hit point. And I rolled all cock-a-doo-doo. Okay, there's 1 success. Let's discard both of these focuses to convert that into success. And let's move 2 spaces. Whoop, whoop. Okay, let's go for another walk. Look at that. 4 freaking dice. 1 success. All right, come on, baby. There we go. 2 success. That moves us 1 and 2. Lakeside. We should be safe for a turn. I've got a short rest in my hand. Oh, and time goes down by 2. Okay. That should be there. Okay. It is time for purchasing. I have 4 time. The boathouse has the blender. We could try to get the blender. The blender does 3 damage, but we have to use it inside, and it's a 1-time use. So we might be able to run into the boathouse, get ourselves trapped, and die in the boathouse trying to mix margaritas. But in the occasion that we don't, too bad you can't search for the stuff to make the weapon. The thing is I mean, the Obliterator in particular is a fantastic weapon. The problem with the Obliterator is I need to go into the shed, the boathouse, the garage, and then this space right here. And yeah, exactly. I don't have the time for it is the problem. None of the weapons like the wooden bat and the spear, I don't see a knife or a baseball bat. I mean, it could be in one of those spaces. So that's kind of why I'm thinking that, we're going to die anyway. I'm actually surprised I've lasted this long. But if I get a sprint card, oh, that's going to be the only movement we have. Oh, that's right, because I used both fucking, oops, F word. If I use, how much time do I have? I've got 4 time. I can buy a sprint and a search, get into the boathouse, search for the margarita, or the blender, I'm sorry, and then try to make it inside the house, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's do a sprint and a search. All these cards go back into the tableau. Fury Strike, Weak Attack, Search, Guard, and Retaliate. And then maybe on the next turn, I try to save as much. Gosh, all I've got is a sprint, search, and a short rest for this next turn. Okay. The killers go. So first one to go is the black one. 1, 2, 3. And then the red one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then it's going to go red. It'll go 1, 2, 3, get me at the boathouse. And then this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so then this guy's going to come this way, and I'm going to get sandwiched by them again. But that's okay. That's it for them. There's no more terror cards to draw. No one was killed. No panic. So it goes back to us. So let's stick to that plan. Okay, well, we only needed one success to move 2 spaces. That gets us into the boathouse. And we realized, because we were listening to Tizzy, what? We actually listened to Tizzy. We know that she left the margarita blender in the boathouse. So then we're going to go for a search. Yeah, well, one success gives us the blender. It's a 2-handed item. And for those that forget what the blender does, 2-handed item, 3 damage, can only be used in the house, so we have to get inside the house, and then we discard it after we use it, because we broke it. Okay. I don't want to short rest just yet. We have 4 time, which means we can buy 2 guard cards, or we can buy 1 retaliate card and kill the red guy. I think we should buy the retaliate card, kill the red guy, and then the gray guy. Oh, 1, 2, 3. The gray guy will be there, and then the gray guy will kill us. Yeah, we'll just go gray and black. Yeah, I think the best course of action, let's get a retaliate card, kill off the red dude, and then we'll have to worry about these guys one at a time. So I'm going to buy a retaliate card. So it is now back to the killers. Boy, oh boy. All right, so the red guy goes 1, 2, and 3 into the boathouse. But little did they know I had a trap set for them. They swing at me, I swing at them. Come on. Oh, let me play that card so you guys can see it. There we go. Triple success. That should be a hit so hard their mama felt it. And one of these guys is their mama. Okay, so we have now killed the red one. And we have prevented all damage done to us. So look, we killed one. But now it's the moment of truth. Boom, boom. Do they come back from the dead? Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, they do. All right. But they only have the 1 hit point. Okay. Now I think we need to sprint somewhere. Oh, wait. That was their turn. That was just the red guy. Gray guy needs to go. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Then it's going to go gray and black. Gray will get in there. Black will get in there. What is the best course of action for me on this next turn? I can buy 2 guard cards. Why is there a sprint and a search in my hand? What did I do? We searched, we got the blender, we sprinted. Oh, I forgot to put them away. That's what I forgot to do. And then we bought the retaliate. I was moving too fast. We have these cards in my hand. Okay. We just used retaliate. Got it. Okay. Party's almost over. Yeah, baby. Okay. So, bought the retaliate. Time is at 6. They moved. It is now back to us. Yeah. All right. So, I have 2 walk cards in my hand. I've got 1 weak attack. So, we can actually still kill the red guy with the weak attack. And then maybe I try to get myself into the house. If I can get that done correctly, I might be able to buy 2 guard cards and be able to fend off these attacks. And like Robert said, try to take them on one at a time. So do a weak attack. Oops. What are you doing in there? Were you still in my hand too? Yes, short rest was still in my hand. Okay, keep these in your hand, doofus. just got cards everywhere. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so the attack has been weakened and they have been killed. This time for reals. And because they die, I lose 1 die. 1 down, 2 to go. Okay, now I think we do a double walk. I don't like doing double walks because that quite literally means I will not be able to move on the next turn. But we can go 1, 2. Oh, you're dead. Yeah, you're over here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see. This guy will go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it'll be the same thing. And then I'll have to take on the black one by myself, which again is what we want to do. We have the blender, so let's do a double walk. Walk into the kitchen. Come on, baby. Get me there. Get me there. Yeah, I'm going to move towards the black one. Okay. Okay. Do I convert for 2 spaces? I can use the short rest and focus to convert this one to move 2 spaces. 1 and 2. Okay, so now we're going to go for another walk. All right, let's see. I'm going to need a perfect roll here in order to get into the kitchen and out of the way of the gray guy. Oh, that's a 1. Reroll it. I like this horror roll power that she's got. Well, it's a 2. Okay, I've only got 1 card in my hand, so I didn't make it inside the house. She'll catch me outside. I'm going to get double smacked. However, I do have 4 time, and I think the only card I'm going to have in my hand is going to be a focus on the next turn, and then I'm dead. Okay, so let's take a look at this action here. Yeah, gray can get me in the next turn because there's only 2 killers left. You skip over the red one, so if we're here, it's going to go, gray starts us off, which is going to move us in there, and then it goes to the black will attack, and then it'll be on the black guy, and then the black guy goes, and then gray goes. You skip over this one because they're dead. The token isn't going to go there, so I'll still be toast. I'm going to have no movement, and the only card I'll have in my hand is a focus. If I do 2 guard cards, that'll get me through a turn. I can get inside the kitchen. And buy a retaliate card that we can use with the blender. And then the other guy will get us. Okay, so let's see if we can buy ourselves a couple turns. We're going to buy the 2 guard cards. All these are the cards. Go back into the tableau. And then, yeah, the black one is going to smack the crap out of me. Okay, so first things first, gray goes. 1, 2, and 3. And then they attack. I play a guard card. I got to have 2 successes or I'm dead. Okay, we got 2 successes. So I ignore all the damage. And then the black one goes. And we'll play the other guard card. Okay. Well, we blocked 2 of that damage. I took 1. I only have 1 card left in my hand, so I can't. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So I can't convert. So this is it. They both got me right in front of the kitchen. They got me good. But let's see. This is the moment of truth as to whether or not I'm dead. They were angry that I killed the red one, and so, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum 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 bum. Oh, I died. I died. I got a lot further than I thought I was going to, truth be told. But they got the 1, 2, 3. That's the end of the match. Woo! That was tough. That was brutal. Yikes. That was still a lot of fun. It happens, man. It happens. Well, thank you guys for joining this stream. This was actually a really good game. All things considered. Not being able to roll at the beginning, having 7 people die in the first round. Yeah, I think all things considered, this was still a lot of fun for me. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys for joining me on the stream. Yeah, I for as long as I could. Sometimes the master maneuver isn't about winning, but how long you can delay the inevitable. That's what I tell myself to make myself feel better. The fact that I made it last this long is actually pretty impressive in my opinion. I took one of them out. That makes me happy. That at least one of them died. But wow, I didn't even touch those other guys. But yeah, man, I was toast. From the beginning. Let's see what else we had in the search decks. So up in the boathouse, there was mysterious pills. Ooh, pills are good. Yeah, whatever helps, because you never know. If you buy enough time, like if I bought enough time, I could have gotten in the house. I could have gotten that blender to work. If you buy a critical blow, that could potentially, with one hit, kill one of those guys. But you never know. And the blueprint. Another blueprint. Oh, okay. And up here in the shed, where that firehouse poker was the knife. All right, the knife would have been the weapon that we could use to stab a dude and push him a space out. And the trash can lid that we could have used to make the porcupine with. Yeah, no finger butt for me. And then in the garage, what do we have in the garage? We had what am I doing? Energy drink and a first aid kit. I was also riding that 1 hit point for a good long time. I could have used a short rest, earlier to, prevent that sort of, thing. It's just, I know the moment I get rid of that extra die is the moment that I would have just been killed. But that one die could have kept me alive long enough, because if I could have blocked, that and had the 1 hit point left over, I would have been back to the 3 dice. There are a lot of things that I could have done, but once again, just prevented the inevitable. I don't know yeah, exactly. I need the extra die because of how bad I roll in this game. However, when I was rolling 4 dice, did you see the number of times I was rolling 3 successes? And I was like, what's up with that, man? You guys couldn't have given me at least 1 or 2 of those in the first half of the game. So next week is the 3rd of July. That is my sister who died in the foyer's birthday. But I don't know that I'll be doing anything for her birthday. If I don't do anything on her birthday, we'll do the Once Upon a Full Moon feature film. That'll be next Friday. Out of all of the second season, I've only been able to defeat the Evil Morph. I don't think I've ever killed any of these guys. But yeah, so we'll do the Once Upon a Full Moon next Saturday, unless my sister wants me to take her off for her birthday, at which point, we'll do that. And that is it. That's it for me, kids. Thank you once again for joining me. Thank you for the chat. The chat is a lot of fun. But as I mentioned at the beginning of this video that you guys probably didn't hear because my microphone wasn't working, I would play this game by myself anyway, but it is most certainly a lot more fun with chat, more fun with people. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for giving me some inputs here and there to make the master maneuver a little more masterful. And until next time, I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much. Love you guys.